Good morning. Oh, we could do better than that. Good morning. Oh, that's wonderful. What a momentous day, a remarkable day, a beautiful day in the history of Good Samaritan Hospital. We're celebrating our 126th year, and what a honor and a privilege to be a host to this special occasion. It's a very special time in the history of Good Samaritan Hospital, or what we affectionately term as Capture Wilshire Boulevard. We just celebrated our 125th anniversary, as you know, and what a tribute to have this expansion project for the Medical Pavilion and the Frank R. Seaver Ambulatory Surgery Center. I feel very fortunate to be here today, and I've always wanted to be part of the legacy of Good Samaritan Hospital. I've been here over 20 years and never part of a building project, and I always thought, well, what a dream it would be to have a career to be part of something special, an expansion project that will present itself on Wilshire Boulevard and be the flag, the cornerstone of the Hospital of the Good Samaritan. It's a dream come true. It's my dream come true, and it's our dream in the Good Samaritan Hospital family to come true. We're continuing to bring world-class healthcare to Los Angeles. So let us begin this historical occasion with a salute to our wonderful nation and to the people that we serve. Please stand. Allow me to introduce the Los Angeles Police Department Color Guard with our colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A round of applause for the Los Angeles Police Department Color Guard. You may be seated. Thank you. For our groundbreaking ceremony invocation, we are blessed to have the Honorable Right Reverend John Bruno, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles, to lead us in prayer and thanksgiving. Bishop Bruno.
It's an honor and pleasure for me to be here, and I ask you to pray with me as we give thanks for the 125-year history of this institution. Let us pray. Dearest God, we give you thanks for the abundance of life that you bring to each and every one of us. But today we give special thanks to you and to the community for the presence of Good Samaritan Hospital here in Los Angeles. A beacon of compassion and understanding, a strong program of emergency medicine as well as oncology and all the other fields, dear Lord. In this world, as we become challenged, we look to places like this to sustain us in our life. We give thanks to the Seaver Trust, and we give thanks to Frank R. Seaver and Victoria Seaver, who represents that trust here today, Lord. We also give you thanks for the wisdom of Charles Munger as the head and chairman of our board of directors, who's led us to be on the cutting edge and opening the doors of this place for the people of Los Angeles. It is without the vision of Andrew Lika the President and Chief Executive Officer, and that it is because of that vision that we have this magnificent beacon of hope in the center of the city. I give thanks for all the board members and all the people who have worked to make this possible. Bless the construction of this site, make it a safe and wonderful place. Bless the new surgery center that's going in here, that we may be always available to this community. I give you thanks that I am the 6th Bishop of Los Angeles and the 6th Bishop to celebrate this as an institution of our diocese. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you so much, Bishop Bruno. As many of you know or may not know, this hospital was founded, the Good Samaritan Hospital, in 1885 by Sister Mary Wood from the Episcopal Church. So we remain a beacon and a part of the Episcopal Church and serving God in the community. And by the way, Bishop Bruno, thank you for the no rain prayer that you said yesterday. I appreciate that because it worked. At this time, I'd like to recognize some very special guests today that are in attendance, starting with our elected officials, who I'll ask to come up and say a few words following the VIP introductions. I want to welcome Senator Kevin De Leon, California State Senator from the 22nd District. If you're here, welcome. Okay. Los Angeles City Council member Ed Reyes, of District 1, who represents our district. Thank you, sir. Los Angeles City President Pro Tem, who represents the 9th District, Councilwoman Miss Jan Perry. Jan, are you here this morning? On her way. Thank you, Mr. Labonge. And Mr. Tom Labonge of the 4th District, Los Angeles City Council member. Thank you. We're honored to have the Consul General of Guatemala present today, the Honorable Pablo Cesar Garcia. Welcome. The Consul General of Switzerland, Honorable Bruno Reif. Welcome. The Consul General of South Korea, serving Los Angeles, the Honorable Y.S. Shin. Ms. Carol Schatz, President of the Downtown Business Improvement District, welcome. Is Hal here with you? Hal Bastian, there he is, Mr. Los Angeles. There you are, Hal. Welcome. Ms. Pam Kahili, President of Anthem Blue Cross. Ms. Kahili, are you here? She's on her way? No. Ms. Becky Harmatz from Blue Shield of California. Mr. Michael Rembus, President and CEO Hospital of Hollywood Press and Shaw Medical Center. Mr. Rembus, if you're here. Okay. And to all our Board of Trustees, including our Chair, Mr. Charles T. Munger. Ms. Victoria, thank you. Ms. Victoria Seaver Dean, also member of the board. Mr. George Okita, President of California Commercial Real Estate Services, who has been instrumental in helping the planning of this building. George, are you here? There you are. Welcome. And our Vice Presidents of Good Samaritan Hospital, starting with Ms. Susan Harlow, Vice President of Development. Susan, where are you? Don't be shy. Ms. Lexi Schuster, Vice President of Human Resources. Lexi, I see you there. Mr. Alan Eno, Chief Financial Officer, thank you for helping us fund this building. Mr. Sammy Furelicht, Vice President of Business Development. Scott Sabula, our Chief Information Officer. Scott, welcome. And Mr. Dan McLaughlin, Vice President of Operations, this is his baby. Dan? And if I've missed any other VIPs, my apologies. Please accept them. All of you are very important guests in attendance today. It's my time now to introduce our elected officials who took their time out of their busy schedules to help us celebrate and honor this special building project. And I'd like to introduce Senator Kevin De Leon, if he's here. Kev, there you are, there you are. Elected to the 22nd California State Senate District in November 2010. It includes parts of downtown, San Marino, South Pasadena, East Los Angeles. Senator De Leon serves on numerous committees and while in the Assembly also helped in healthcare policies. He's a teacher by background and a strong advocate of building schools in our community. Please help me welcome California Senator Kevin De Leon.
Thank you so very much. It's indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here in such a wonderful and historic day for Good Sam. I have the honor and pleasure to represent probably the most diverse district on planet Earth, because we have all of Koreatown, Little Tokyo, Thai Town, Little Armenia, Filipino Town, Chinatown, East Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, as well as the largest concentration of Central Americans outside of Central America, just adjacent here at MacArthur Park, Pico Union. So it's an amazing, eclectic, diverse group of individuals and communities. And moreover, I have a large sector of hospitals, whether it's Kaiser, as well as Hollywood Press, White Memorial, California Hospital, as well as County USC Medical Center, and right here, Good Samaritan Hospital. If you want good quality health care, there's no doubt you can get it in this district. This is a very important day, and Good Samaritan Hospital is a very pivotal and critical piece in this geographical area. The reason being is that, as we all believe, I believe collectively, that access to quality health care is a human right, and it is a universal right. Obviously, in and around this community, we have some of the most challenged communities possible here in the city of Los Angeles. And the good folks here at Good Sam don't look at folks to where they come from. They look at the color of their skin, their legal status. They treat everyone with respect and with dignity. And that's why just a special recognition to those individuals who have, upon themselves, have dipped deep into their pockets to actually make this come to fruition. It is you and your generosity that actually brings this day together. We try to do our best, public policy-wise, to deal with access to quality health care, and obviously with issues of funding. But during the worst economic recession since the Great Depression of the last century, it is those individuals in the private sector and their great generosity who have really stepped up to the plate and really have made this a dream come true. I just want to thank each and every one of you for this opportunity. To the good folks here at Good Sam, I wish you, the best of luck. This is a great institution, and we will move forward and make this a dream come true for all individuals. So thank you very much, and have a very good day. Thank you.
And next, I'd like to welcome LA City Council member Mr. Ed Reyes, who serves in the 1st District, also with Good Samaritan Hospital. Thank you to your support. We wouldn't be able to be standing here. We wouldn't have this building approved through City Council, and I appreciate your support. Mr. Reyes. Thank you, sir.
Buenos dias. Good morning. It's a real pleasure to be here. It's an honor. Mr. Munger, the board, I want to congratulate you on having such a strong steward like Mr. Lika, who's been able to essentially be that guide through these very rough waters when we're dealing with all these different issues when it comes to development. So, Andy, thank you so much for your patience, for your ability to be able to work with all these divergent stakeholders and interest groups, and to get to this day and to actually celebrate such a wonderful event means so much, not only for those hard workers, those investors who've come to understand the need for this facility, but for the children and the families and the kids. 70,000 people per square mile within this area. 70,000. The city average is 6,000. So when you talk about that ripple effect, that impact, when that kid gets hit by that car, or that grandparent needs that assistance, it is the angels that we find here in Good Samaritan that make that difference. And to have the Right Reverend Bruno here this morning, to me, is very special. 20 years ago, we met over in Echo Park. They were building their cathedral. And each one of us, in our own respective universe, understands what a difference we make in our roles. But to culminate this day and to share it with my colleague, the greatest cheerleader of Los Angeles, Tom Labonge, our council member, is special. And to see our Senator Kevin De Leon, a gentleman who grew up in very challenged areas in the southern part of California around San Diego, and to be representing one of the most dense areas, most diverse, as he has stated, and to be able to celebrate what is the unity of Los Angeles in such a great, great way. From the bottom of my heart, as a council member of this district for the past 10 years, I say thank you to you. My deepest apologies. I got to run to the Southern California Association of Governments, SCAG, and we're going to talk about the port. Issues with unions, issues with private investment, to compete with the Panama Canal so that we can have jobs in the future. And that's the only reason why I'm leaving. Otherwise, I'd be here till the end. So thank you, Mr. Lika. Thank you for your stewardship. And thank you for your great spirit, all of you who played a big role in making this happen.
Thank you, Councilmember Ed Reyes, and thank you for all you've done for the community, including helping revitalize LA River and cleaning up MacArthur Park for us. Next, it's my honor to welcome Councilmember Tom Labonge, who was born this day at Queen of Angels Hospital.
That's all you gotta say.
No, Tom. Everybody, please, at all the same time, just say a nice big happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Great introduction. And very nice. It surprised me there. But I wanted to salute Mr. Reyes as a colleague, the dramatic difference he's made as a council member in this Wilshire Center area, in the Koreatown area, and his passion for all people. I know he's running down to the SCAG meeting. I'll be behind you there in a few minutes. Give Ed Reyes a big hand again for his work. Thank you. But it is important to be here today because what a name, Good Samaritan. I don't think there's another name in Los Angeles that you could say universally says something great right now on this day. And great people who've always come here to help this institution for 125 years. And no disrespect, if I was talking to my bishop or the former cardinal or whoever, there's nothing like the nuns. And it was a nun who came here first. Okay, so let's give it up to all the nuns. I just want to say that. Sister Mary Woods, 125 years ago, and imagine Los Angeles then. Imagine how they saw this vision and now as it's transformed. So what is so special that we are here on this day, that this is an institution that has always helped people. When Bishop Bruno spoke about hope, I thought about Bobby Kennedy. Every time I pass this institution, I think of Bobby Kennedy because he was absolute hope. He was absolute hope at that time, and as a young person then, we have to regain that hope, which is so important, and know that we live in the greatest country in the world that has challenges, but we could beat those challenges just like you do every day here at Good Samaritan because you're the kind of people that you are. So as Mr. Reyes said, buenos dias, I say año seo. I say it's great to have everybody here, and I just want to thank my mother personally, who on this day 58 years ago called Mrs. O'Brien, this is a true story, to come over and watch my brother Bobby, my brother Tim, my brother Chris, my brother Dennis. Then she drove my brother Brian and Steve to St. Francis of Assisi on Golden Gate off of Sunset and went down Sunset Boulevard up to the Queen of Angels Hospital, checked herself in. I came out at 8:45 in the morning. The doctor said, Eugene McCarthy, doctor said, hey, you want me to call Bob up? Because it was a different time. Men weren't in the, I was with my children when my wife Bridget had our babies, but back then, and she didn't even tell my dad she was going to the hospital. So if you know why I move fast, Andy, it's because that's how I came into the world. I do want to take Charlie Munger for his greatness. If you look at life as a beacons, there's beacons all over this city because of Charlie Munger. Give Charlie Munger a big hand. And the same is true for the Seaver family. There's institutions that have the greatness of your family name on because you care. Give the Seaver family a great hand there. So, all right. And lastly, I don't see him here. He's probably having an appointment. Dr. Alex Chai, my doctor. I want to give him a big shout out up there and his staff.
Thank you, Council Member Tom Labonge. What enthusiasm and passion. Boy, I really tell you, it's just wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us, and happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know, we celebrate lots of accolades here at Good Samaritan Hospital, and we have been selected the past 4 years as one of the top 50 best hospitals in America by Health Grades, and that is not possible without the quality of the medical staff. So at this time, I'd like every member of the medical staff present and our honored alumni to please stand because you need to be recognized, and we thank you for all you do for us. What a blessing, what a blessing. A little bit about the building. We're going to start construction in February 2012. We hope to be done by January 2014, as you'll see on the banners. 193,588 square feet. It will be conjoined with the existing medical office building. So there'll be one big, beautiful entranceway. It'll be, again, as I mentioned, the flagship, the cornerstone of the Good Samaritan Hospital campus. The architect is Malcolm Ware Malcolm. Contractor, Millian Severson. And the total cost of the project is $81 million. It's already paid for. What a blessing. What a blessing. It'll have 7 floors of first-class medical care and office space on the top 5 floors, specialty clinics, and thanks to the generosity of the Seaver family, we're naming the 2nd floor an ambulatory surgery center with 8 state-of-the-art surgery suites for treatment in cardiovascular medicine, orthopedics, oncology, women's care, ophthalmology, and advanced retinal surgery. We'll also have an endoscopy center and diagnostic services, a radiation linear accelerator. I could go on and on. We are just thrilled to death of having this. And as mentioned already, as part of the flag, the mentor, the leader in making this happen, for the past 10 years, we're honored and privileged to be under the leadership of our President CEO, Mr. Andrew B. Lika. Andy?
A very good morning to all of you. I'm Andy Lika, President and CEO of Good Samaritan Hospital, and it is my honor and my privilege to welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony during this momentous occasion. This celebrates the visible beginning of our new milestone in the journey of Good Samaritan Hospital. And it's a joyous and an exciting occasion, especially for the many of us here who have been personally involved in conceptualizing and shaping this medical facility. It has taken vision, it has taken courage and financing to embark upon a bold project in today's challenging economy. The vision behind this incredible undertaking was inspired by Charlie Munger, the generosity of the entire Seaver family, and our donors funded the shovels you see at the ground level here and the cranes you will soon see within the sky. The trustees, the doctors, the employees, the firemen, the volunteers, and you as our community partners will supply the hard work, dedication, and courage to lift these shovels. That's the kind of entrance I like. Today, as we commemorate the groundbreaking for an inspiring and critically needed new facility for our community, we are celebrating amongst all of you, our friends. Friends who share our vision and aspiration for the future of Good Samaritan Hospital. friends who recognize the unique and important role that Good Samaritan plays in healing, research, and education, friends who are leaders of religious, education, government, commerce, and other professions who will inspire the next generation to make their own notable contributions as servant leaders, and friends and donors who have stepped up to expand their levels of support to make this dream come true. Like the builders and leaders before us, the project that we are celebrating today has required leadership, foresight, careful planning, cooperation, and philanthropy. And while we are still breaking ground, today is far from the beginning of this project, because you see, we've had 5 locations throughout Los Angeles. In 1885, we started at 215 Olive Street, so we were over by Little Tokyo. Moved to 31 Sand Street, a site now occupied by the 101 Santa Ana Freeway. Then to 16th and South Hill Streets, then to 934 West 7th Streets in Figueroa, now Macy's Plaza. And finally to where we are standing today, Orange Street, which was renamed Wilshire Boulevard in 1924, and Whitmer Street. Throughout our journey to serve our neighborhoods and citizens in downtown Los Angeles and beyond, one thing has remained constant and stable: our spirit. Good Samaritan Hospital chose to express that spirit through our motto, a tradition of caring. The spirit is represented by the pennant that you picked up today, our emblem, which was created by the nursing classes of 1898 and 1899. The student nurses selected the Maltese cross as a symbol of faith, a circle to represent unbroken loyalty, and the lamp of Florence Nightingale to remind them of the duty to care for the unfortunate. Since the 1880s, when the population of Los Angeles County was a mere 33,381 residents, to over 9.8 million today, our commitment to quality health care that is accessible, affordable, and delivered with incredible compassion by the people you see working at this hospital each and every day has never, ever wavered. In closing, I look forward to standing here with you upon the successful completion of this project and cutting the ribbon together with you in January 2014. So on behalf of the trustees, I want to extend our thanks to each and every one of you, the stakeholder groups, in representing today what we stand for in our new future. Thank you very much. With that, I would like to introduce Mr. Charles T. Munger, our chairman of the board.
Thank you very much. This is the kind of ceremony I really like. In this country, one of the reasons it has worked so well is that people spend so much time thinking of what they're grateful about having or getting, and so much less time than they do in places like Greece about anger and resentment and envy about what they don't have. And so all of you people that are into constant expressions of gratitude, it takes one to know one, and I'm glad to be with you. You know, they've done blind experiments now and divided people into groups, and one group just sort of gives diary expression to gratitude, and other people keep different kinds of diaries. And the people who do the gratitude diaries are way healthier and happier than the people who are more like the Greeks. So I'm very glad to be with my own kind here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Munger. And now This building would not be possible without the generosity of the Seaver Trust, has been mentioned before. And I'd like to introduce next Miss Victoria Dean Seaver, the niece of the late Frank R. Seaver, whose generosity has donated the largest single gift for this project, $12.1 million, to construct. Let's give her a hand. Thank you. Ma'am, this is going to help us serve the growing regentrification of downtown and help the hospital solidify its position and its economic viability in moving towards outpatient procedures, which is the trend now in healthcare. So providing this for our surgeons and our physicians, it wouldn't be possible without your generosity. Please welcome Ms. Victoria Dean Seaver.
Hi, it's my honor and pleasure to represent Frank Seaver, who gave the gift, and his extended family at this important event in the evolving history of the Good Samaritan Hospital. Good Sam has been a part of the Seaver family for generations. It is our family hospital. Not only was it Frank's hospital, but it was the go-to hospital for the whole family. I recently found a receipt for a stay of my grandfather Byron from 90 years ago. My father Richard and all of his siblings were born here, and its doctors have truly provided a lifetime of care. Not only was the hospital a source of care, but the family was represented on the Good Samaritan staff with Dr. Roy Thomas, Frank's brother-in-law, who was one of the founders of the medical group, a leading association of doctors whose practice continues to be affiliated with the hospital and to serve its patients and the community. From another vantage point, my father Richard served on the board of Good Samaritan Hospital and helped guide its development for 48 years. As you can see, Good Samaritan Hospital has been part of the Seaver family for generations. Frank found his business success in Los Angeles, served as a freeholder of Los Angeles County, a precursor to the County Board of Supervisors, and helped draft the original Los Angeles County Charter. With his wife, Frank and Blanche Seaver became noted philanthropists in Los Angeles. It is because of this intertwined history that Frank left a legacy gift to the hospital that is creating the Frank R. Seaver Ambulatory Surgery Center. Frank would have been delighted to have his name associated with this innovative facility that allows Good Samaritan Hospital to continue to provide superior care to future generations of Seavers and the entire Los Angeles community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope that bill has been cleared up 90 years ago. I always, I try to troubleshoot for the hospital a lot, and I always get nervous if people call and say, well, can you help me? And it's usually about a bill or something that we've messed up. But I'm glad that the bill has been settled. That makes me feel much better. And that medical group is still together today from Dr. Roy Thomas, and they're part of my internal medicine group as well. So excellent. Thank you so much again. Another round of applause, please, for that generosity. Next, I'd like to introduce our esteemed Chief of Staff, Dr. Eben Feinstein. Dr. Feinstein has been our chair for the past 3 years. It's remarkable that you're still standing and sitting with all that stress. Again, we're blessed, another blessing of thanks, as Mr. Munger and Bishop Bruno said, to have your leadership, your devotion, and your sense of humor that you bring to the Good Samaritan Hospital family. Dr. Eben Feinstein.
Bishop Bruno, Mr. Lika, Mr. Munger, Board of Trustees, colleagues, and distinguished guests. You won't often see the tenant get up to praise the landlord, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm representing the members of the medical staff who are here today and the other members of our 600-plus strong physician membership. The environment in which physicians are practicing nowadays is increasingly clouded over by uncertainty, burdened with increasing and confusing regulations, monitoring, and surveillance, and undermined by suspicion. But despite the many impediments and obstacles to the practice of excellent medical care, the American public still expects to receive the best medical care available on the planet. The medical staff at Good Samaritan Hospital is committed to providing that care. We have among our members nationally recognized cardiologists, ophthalmologists, orthopedic surgeons, otologists, surgeons, and other internal medicine specialists, including a few good nephrologists. What we haven't had is an outpatient facility in which to offer that kind of care, until now. The trustees and the administration of this hospital recognized the need for such a 21st century facility and have shown the leadership, foresight, careful planning, and philanthropy, and confidence in the medical staff to undertake the construction of such a facility. With this building, the Good Samaritan staff will be able to offer to the Los Angeles community and to the patients who were referred from hundreds and thousands of miles away, even across the Pacific Ocean, a level of 21st century medical care in an attractive, comfortable, environmentally friendly building that meets the standards of the 21st century. It is only proper, therefore, that I, representing the medical staff, extend our gratitude and appreciation to the members of the Board of Trustees and the administration for their efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Feinstein, and thank you for all the physicians of the Good Samaritan Hospital that make this very special. Before we have our official groundbreaking photo shoot, I'd like to mention that we have an official time capsule, yes, that will be open 75 years from now in honor of our 200th year anniversary. I don't think I'll be here, but the suit may be here, so I'll leave that as a legacy. So we welcome your participation. You can fill a little note. We've got a notepad if you want to write a little something special in remembrance to leave your legacy for the future generations of our Good Samaritan Hospital family and Los Angelinos. Also, if you've had, you have an envelope with you, a manila envelope. I see lots of it using it, the new sunglasses, sunshades out there. Hang on to those, put your address on them, because after the official photo shoot, we're going to have a grip and grin photo. It's your memorabilia, your memory of this occasion. We'll send you a photo of the groundbreaking ceremony with your picture in it. Okay, let me take time before we break up for the photo shoot and just thank a few special people that made this event possible. There was a lot of planning behind the scenes, and this event is spectacular. Thank you, Katrina Bada, Director of Public Relations. Amy Childress for the wonderful food and the setup. Angel Rodriguez and Mike Meyer, making sure we're compliant with the fire marshal. And a very special lady I want you to know, it's Judy Puritz. She's the Medical Pavilion Project Coordinator. If you want space, now's the time to see Judy. Judy, where are you? There you are. Okay, go see Judy afterwards. Space is going fast. And now I'd like to ask our dignitaries to come up for the official groundbreaking photo shoot. Please come forward. Mr. Labonge, Mr. Munger. Thank you.
I just want to give a shout out to the late, great John Ferraro, who I worked for, who was a great patient here and a great councilman years ago here.
Thank you. Mr. Munger, right this way.
John, you get in the middle.
All right.
Senator, Bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a momentous occasion. The last photograph of groundbreaking was in 1976 for the present hospital building. And in those photos, you'll see them in the lobby. Then Governor Ronald Reagan was part of the groundbreaking, later became President of the United States. And the Honorable Mayor Tom Bradley was also in the photo shoot. So this is a historic occasion. While we're continuing to take photographs, I'd like to tell you that if you would like your photo taken today, we want that to happen. We'd like you to line up here in orderly fashion to my left, your right. That way we can expedite photographs and get you back to your caregiving at the hospital. So please line up here to my left. We'll see you in 2014 in the new medical office building. Thank you.